Hello everyone, and welcome to yet another Steam match of the Mordheim Summer Tournament. My name is Karond. This tournament is organized by Marcus Kane, and we are here for the quarter final. This time between Karond and Slaviour, the last two remaining Cult of the Possessed players dueling it out to see who will be the last Cult of the Possessed player left standing. Whoever wins here is gonna take on Clyde in the semifinal, and for the other semifinal, we do know that we have Happy and someone between Pharaoh and Talon. As you see here, we see the history of the two players and the games that they have played. Karond beating Jackal, Udova and Slaviour, and Slaviour beating Kentilla, Kiddenpaw, and Quiz before losing to Pharaoh 85. We're gonna switch to the tournament tree here, and we're gonna see that it is indeed Clyde that whoever wins here is gonna be facing. Gonna be an interesting match for sure. Karond and Slaviour has had a bit of a history. They have faced each other in every single tournament so far where both of them have competed, and so far it's two victories for Karond against Slaviour. We see that we are right about to start here, but and we see that it is the Nobles Quarter. It is Bridge Busters, so both of them start right on their wagon. We see a 400 rating advantage to Slaviour here, and we're just about to start, and we're watching the game from Karond's perspective. Well, also, as I was saying here, Karond and Slaviour has faced each other twice already in two previous tournaments. Both times Karond have won out, but both times it's been more or less like a 50% roll of the die here, and they are very evenly matched, and I think we're gonna be having a great game here. We see that Karond has a little bit of a morale advantage, 229 to 205 of Slaviour here. But we do see that Slaviour gets to use one unit before Karond gets to use 4 of his. I'm gonna see the deployment here momentarily. This map is very close to each other, and there are tunnels underneath here, but it seems like both these players will be starting above ground in this particular scenario. Very close starting positions. You can almost really face each other in the very first turn here. Fairly quick deployment by both sides. Really not much to look at the minimap here, since you can't really see each other, so there's no information to check out. You can see that both of the players here have opted for infinite deployment. A little bit contrary to the original rules of the tournament, but Marcus Kane then said that he had intended for it to be infinite deployment, which is a much better choice. So we're glad that that's available for a lot of players. It doesn't really matter for this map. For some maps, when you have a lot of buildings and a lot of starting positions, you really do want to make sure that you're not stressed out when you're making the deployment. Alright, we're gonna see what Slaviour does first here. He has a unit with 97 initiative. We're gonna start the game. I hope this is an interesting game, and good luck to both players. In the previous tournament, these two players faced each other, and Karond defeated Slaviour in the semi-final, but that time Karond used mercenaries, and Slaviour did try his hand at Witch Hunters, reaching the furthest that anyone has ever reached with Witch Hunters. It was kind of impressive in itself. This time he's back with his favorite warband, Cult of the Possessed. And we see him with a mutant archer here, opening up the battle, aiming to target the Magister. Hitting a trap here. whenever you do see a chaos spawn, which is the first time for Karond this tournament, you do know that the Magister tends to be an Order Magister, and bringing that Order Magister down severely limits the power that the chaos spawn can do. So I think this is a wise choice here, focusing down the Magister. "15 seconds left. Really running short on the clock here. And another miss. Slightly unlucky here. Karond searching for that mutant archer here on the minimap. Gonna see what this Globedic can do. We do see these poison globe boxes, and you can pick them up and throw them, I believe. Hitting a trap here. It's gonna. Alright, finding the mutant archer is a bit nice for Karond, but the trap will have prevented him from turning back here. He does have Master Exhaustion, he's gonna need that for the reloads. We'll see if he can put himself in safety after firing off these shots. No miss so far. Probably not. We do see a Doomweaver and a Marauder as well as this mutant here for Slaviour. Probably wisest to just do another attack here. Bit of an exposed position. Gonna see if we can see anything else. Yes, he does see a fair chunk of Slaviour's warband here. Gonna see another hero, no doubt, moving up to fire at the mutant archer. Might see the mutant archer go down here. Yeah, bearing any unlucky shots, I think we are gonna see the first kill of the game right off the bat. At least 3 to 4 shots left there. Gonna need 1, possibly 2 more hits. Another hit then. And there we go. Karond takes the lead right away here with a kill on that mutant archer. Gonna pick up a wordstone here that triggers the passive of the mutants, giving him plus 5% Shadow Lord's touch, plus 5% critical hit chance for 2 turns. No healing here on the Magister. You can see the arrow sticking out right from his face here, or his helmet even. Gonna want to put himself in safety here. We see 2 Brethren archers coming up for Slaviour. First we have to respawn them. Gonna use delay. Well, facing this early loss here, I don't think Slaviour is actually going to move forward that much. He does have some range himself. He could probably get up there and start shooting at the Globadier, for instance. It's possible if he has enough movement. Checking out the stats here on each of the characters. That's a very tanky Marauder. You see double Marauder and a Doom Weaver. Two Brethrens. We see a Dark Soul, and we do know that there are two more henchmen yet to be revealed here. But it's very likely that those are also Dark Souls. Remember that Karond did face Slaviour in 2 straight tournaments, and for the first tournament both of them also played Cult of the Possessed, and in that tournament Slaviour did show that he favored having a 2 Brethren, 3 Dark Souls setup. So that's likely what we're gonna see here as well. Most of his warbands tend to be exactly that. Right, we're gonna see the Chaos Spawn here moving forward. Always a very dangerous character. Definitely the best impressive in the game, even if this impressive is penalized more than other impressives. As you know that if you get a mutation, you do get -2 skill points for each mutation, so you have -6 skill points for every character that can have mutations, and that's not a bad trait since mutations are pretty much always better than 2 skill points. However, the Chaos Spawn gets 8 less skill points, so it's a little bit more penalized than other units. Still, some of those mutations can really power up this impressive and making him by far the best one here. We're gonna see what he can. Oh, we see both of the brothers here hiding. We're gonna see what he can do with that. This map is notorious for being a melee map, but it is also a map that can have a lot of choke points. And if you remember from the quarterfinal of the last tournament between Karond and no one, also played on this specific map, you know that Karond did block his the pathways and used ranged fire to kill off the healing warband of no one, who didn't have a single ranged unit besides the Globadier in that game. Okay, so you're probably going up here to protect these 2 heroes. Probably doesn't want to end up being too exposed here. As you can see from the doorway over here, Doomweaver could walk into that specific spot and just fire at this Dark Soul if he wants to. Very defensive position here. We're gonna see what the intent is of Slaviour's warband, because they're all coming up here momentarily. These are the last 3 units that Karond has available to him. It's always nice to get up with your range units on the high ground. There are 3 levels on this particular map. And you do get a bonus to hit whenever you're higher up than the enemy. You should never be fooled by the distance here, because as you know, when you're walking upwards, you don't really. Since you walk within the blue circle, and if you climb the stairs, you can just in a single blue pill, you can travel up both levels if the stairs are within the circle. So you can be very surprised if you move too far. It might seem like it's a big distance, but in the end it might not be. Something that fools a lot of players in this game. Another wordstone, not gonna pick it up. In general, I don't think it's worth picking up wordstones unless you're a necromancer or mutant who have passives that benefit from that. Sometimes, if you want to gamble and you feel like you need a slight edge, just try pick up a wordstone. Maybe you get plus 20% armor, or you get a little bit lucky with the buff. But for the most part, these particular wordstone effects tend to be mostly negative, and you don't really get too much out of them. See what this great axe Dark Soul is gonna do. From this particular position, he will be covering the Magister, making sure that if there is something going through here and bypassing the Chaos spawn, it's not gonna get past him. See a trap triggered here. This is the reason why you do go and check the minimap every single time it's your opponent's turn. Check out all of the stats, check the minimap, watch the traps, know where it is. Six movement on this Dark Soul. Very heavily armored. Seems like that's an axe as well. Great axe of perforation for alternate weapons. We do know the Predators are hidden here, but we don't see any other units so far. So we're gonna see a Chains of Chaos here on this Brethren by the Magister. Quick casting mastered. Slaviour in particular favors this quick casting method, particularly with the Doomweaver and Idol of Change. With quick casting, he's able to cast Weapon of Destructions for free, which can pair up to be a pretty good thing to have, specifically, well, particularly if you do have Order as well. Providing 3 free Weapon of Destruction as well as 3 orders is a very powerful combo. A very good use of your red pills. Going to hide behind that wall then. Chains of Chaos on that tanky Dark Soul and on the Brethren. So we do know that the Magister is somewhere around these two Brethren archers here. Did he just pick up his idol? Or did he just spray? And there we go. We do see exactly where the Magister is hidden. This particular Dark Soul is hiding behind the wall here, not in an ambush mode though. Alright, in an ambush mode. See that because there are only 3 red pills remaining. starting with 5, so I've been used to, and that's always an ambush. Hoping to catch some units here that's stepping beyond this wall, turning around the corner. Still no damage dealt to either side except for that mutant archer being killed early on. You can see one of the marauders. Running here at the bases of the stairs. Just gonna go and hide behind the wall as well, or setting up to get them a little bit closer. He probably wants to put all of his units in a position here where the spawn cannot reach him, except for that particular dark soul there behind the wall. If the key of spawn is taken out here, then it's actually Slaviour who has a 1 hero advantage, and the key of spawn is not able to do anything. Here we do see a removal of the idol by Thor, which is the Doomweaver of Slaviour. If we could target the Brethren here and the Dark Soul of this Magister, you could probably go to the same spots and use Burning Blood or another offensive spell here by the Doomweaver. Yeah, that might be exactly what's coming here. Placing the Idol of Change in exactly the position where it can reach, where it could reach with the Magister. Walking into a trap.
A new round has started.
I felt like that was a little bit of a mistake here by Slaviour. Why didn't he use any offensive spells? Unless he doesn't even actually have any offensive spells available to him. That's also a possibility. Gonna see if we can see anything. Yeah, we do see the wall here. Yeah, we see it. Every single unit of Slaviour here has hidden behind that particular wall. Could probably limit their movement here with a poison cloud. Gonna start damaging the Idol of Change, making sure that Slaviour cannot use that in the following turns since he doesn't have anything else to do here. Gonna have to spend 1 blue pill here on reloading. Is that worth it? No, it's not. It's a difficult spot to be in. You can see that there are these tiny little areas that can glimpse at the character, make him targetable by the Magister, the Doomweaver, or even one of the 2 Brethrens. Take a little bit of damage from exhaustion here as well, walking into the trap, alerting Slaviour of his current position. Gonna use delay here. Don't really know what he's gonna wait for. See here that it could be a very potent combo here with the Magister and the Chaos Spawn. You saw Introspection, you see target Weapons of Destruction on the Chaos Spawn, you see Introspection, and you still have all your 9 red pills left over. And we also saw the Master Adrenaline Rush here, so you could potentially give that spawn 4 extra attacks. Probably wants to move that Dark Soul out of the way. Under the effect of Shades of Chaos here. We see the Poison Cloud hitting the stairs here. So it's not really limiting movement unless you want to go up those stairs. Maybe Slaviour wants to do that, but seeing the Poison Clouds might make him change his mind. Probably it might be best just to say that. Well, it is a good idea sometimes to limit your opponent's movement by throwing a fire bomb like this. In reality, it tends to be that you often limit yourself quite a lot. In this case, yes, Karond does have a range advantage, and so it's up to Slaviour to move forward here a little bit and to engage him. But still, why take any risk if you don't need to? Another unit under the effect of Shades of Chaos. Gonna use delay as well. Still know that Scepter is behind the wall here. And as you can see, the Chaos Spawn could actually reach that unit, but if it does, it will be swarmed by all of the units of Slaviour's warband. So that's not a good choice to move in right now. Dark Soul was covering for the Magister. Gonna see where he wants to go. We'll probably expose him a little bit. Is that alright? Also making him targetable. Simply as blocking another path here. Hoping for some unit to step forth here and being able to be targeted. Okay, we do see the Chaos Spawn deciding on just moving a little bit closer. The idea is to get close enough to be able to use sidestep in case he wants to engage with this Dark Soul? Yeah, the Dark Soul. Is this a good spot? As covering the only bridge here towards the mutant archer. Almost all of Slaviour's units are coming up now. One always has to be wary when there are situations like this, since it's such a close gap between two warbands. If Slaviour does have any Crimson Shades available to him, or skills that increase initiative, he could potentially engage here, use a Crimson Shade and then start again in the next turn, potentially getting 2 turns of attacks right off the bat without Karond being able to move those units. And that could be enough to kill some things. We'll see if Slaviour has a plan for what's about to come. Scepter here is probably as the bait. But you can see Karond moving closer and closer, and Scepter is his spawn kill. Yes, he is definitely. He could be an easy spawn kill, and if you move forth and attack, and then you could possibly move back with the spawn again, hiding behind a wall or something. That's a tactic that Brewer used a lot the last time he was part of the tournament. Moving forward, killing something, using exhaustion, running back to hide behind the wall. To see the brethren here being able to possibly fire at someone. Probably the Dark Soul. You see the Dark Soul very close to him, but he's probably firing at the Dark Soul on top here on the 2nd level. Yes, he is. 44 damage. Remember that this Dark Soul only has cloth, so he will take a lot of damage here. Miss. Are we gonna see a third attack with Adrenaline Rush? No, we are not. That was the sound of someone taking a little bit of damage. Which was obviously the Magister here, having used Monster Exhaustion the last turn. We didn't even notice. I wonder why he used Monster Exhaustion. He was standing pretty close, he walked up a little bit and then he used 2 Shades of Chaos. He probably should have had the movement to do all of that without having using Monster Exhaustion. But see the Magister here again, checking out how things are. That is Scepter moving, I believe. Bit confusing as he has the exact same look as all of Karond's units here. A lot of Slaviour's units well, all of Slaviour's units have different looks, with a carnival feeling here. Each one a different color. This outfit is particularly striking, and we do see an ambush here and a failed hit. Only 37% chance here. Might hurt a lot with a hit here, seeing that's an axe with weapon of destruction on it. Gonna use an holy bomb. Pretty good choice here, blocking the path for a lot of units as well. Might be forced to step through here. See a miss. Remember that this unit doesn't have any defense here. Gonna use delay. You saw that he didn't have any red pills left, right? Centaur. So using a delay here is a clear indication that Slaviour wants to kill off this Dark Soul of Volker Berval, and then be able to move away with this Dark Soul here out in the open. He has blocked off the entire path for the Chaos spawn though. See a Dark Soul here, moving towards the ranged units of Karond. Has to be careful here so he doesn't set off very nice damage here, doing a lot of damage to 2 units. Just gonna keep on ticking. Trying to hide this Dark Soul. Not many good options here. That's kind of the thing with this map. There are so many little places where you can actually be fired upon. Particularly by magic casters. None of these warbirds have very prominent magic damage casters here, but if you were to face warlocks or purifiers on this map, it could be really murder for your troops. One of the marauders here coming up. Is he going straight for the Dark Soul then? He did hint at it with the delay here. See Demon Soul and Slicer and Clawfeet on this marauder. Let's see what happens. Madcap Mushrooms, plus 15% hit chance. Hitting here with the Kidney Strike, reducing melee resistance by quite a bit, and then a Blood Offering following that up. He's used 8 red pills so far. Adrenaline Rush for 10 pills used there. And hitting with that as well. Yeah, this Clot Dark Soul is probably going down here. Using a delay here as well. Hoping that someone else can come in here and finish this Dark Soul off. And that should probably be pretty easy now since he has minus 30% melee resistance. Also having Weapon of Destruction. See if this other Marauder also does it as well. He does. That Poison Cloud really not hindering the efforts of Slaviour here one bit. See this Marauder having these spiked bits on his forehead. Could be an indication that he is wearing a helmet and shouldn't be able to the words on horns mutation you see on this set here should remove the ability to use helmets, but if you are wearing a helmet and you're suddenly getting words on mutation, words on horns mutation, then the helmet stays on until you switch it off. I did think that it went away automatically, but that's possibly not the case here. We'll see if we examine that character a little bit closer. He did seem to have light armor, so if he has 35% armor, and Tamirum has 35%, but we know that. And this Marauder, where did he go? I didn't go there. See the Magister over there. Well, he has hidden somewhere. Gonna say, can we see if we can find that Marauder who killed the Dark Soul? Doesn't seem to be hiding behind the wall as usual. We see this Marauder moving around the corner. Septar doesn't have any red pills left, probably isn't even in a stance. Two Marauders are nearby. It would be wise to probably move them within the walls here to avoid the spawn who is within striking distance, having to go through the fire first of course, but see the Doomweaver here, he could target that Dark Soul, but given that he didn't target anyone else, previously he might not have actually have any offensive spells. Can use another Idol of Change in the exact same spot.
A new round.
And not gonna use anything else. Alright. Slaviour here explaining why he's hiding behind the walls all the time, doing a little bit of skirmishing. Seeing this Dark Soul take a bit of damage is under the effect of War Poison, so he won't be able to strike back for the next turn, having 4 red pills less. Even getting poisoned here, so he's gonna bleed out more damage. Could be finished off here, equalizing the henchman department. Well, 29 to 36 is not that much damage though, but with the bleeding effect of poison, he needs to be healed to survive this. succeeding at the stun resistance check. 38% chance. Nice for him. Gonna use adrenaline rush here right away for 2 more attacks or another headshot. One other headshot. Not gonna lose any red pills. I'm gonna lose his last remaining pill, I mean, when he wakes up, but using Mordheim's map, plus 1 movement. Having Crimson Shade here, which is very unnecessary for this particular matchup right now. Alright. Weapon of Destruction. And delay. Lots of fire everywhere. Scepter is behind the wall, behind the corner. Did see a glimpse of the brethren there. We see Quasar here, who is carrying the idol. Can't go through there. Needs to go through the bigger. Went into the idol of change here, so just lost the weapon of destruction. Is this going to be worth it? Wow, a miss, 91% chance miss. That's a bit of bad luck here. You always need the blood offering to kick in. Blood offering is doing a bit of extra damage here, and it's always important to have that. Yeah, Slaviour saying that he missed 2 with his melee damage attack. Quite not the same, but could possibly get a good shooting chance here. Could hit Scepter, but checking out the stun resistances here. Pretty low on that Marauder, 26% chance, and indeed, the Marauder is stunned. Yes, barely being stunned there. Rolled a 27, needed 26. Alright, gonna see what that triggers as a response. Can't really see the Chaos Spawn here. We can see the outline of him, but not anything else. That should be able to see him. Yes, indeed. Goreclaw is getting Weapon of Destruction again. Really important there for doing a lot of damage. Gonna use a delay. Now hitting with the Blood Offering. There we go. 100 damage. Gonna use Fast Adrenaline Rush here for 2 more attacks. Might finish off this Dark Soul and go straight into... bit of bad luck once again here. And finishing that unit off, alright. They have blocked each other here a little. Well, in that particular position, the lower Words of Marauder could actually reach up to the Chaos Spawn here, but we'll see. Remember that the Magister is still yet to move here, and Magister could go forward to do at least a few orders and gonna hit. Let's produce a few critical hits. Might even kill him, maybe. We will see. Not gonna finish off that Dark Soul. Gonna let him bleed out. Applying the feint here. What is this Dark Soul gonna do? He really didn't want to be this far up. He could jump down. Uses 3 blue pills. Might want to finish off that Dark Soul, but I don't think he will be able to reach him. No, he will not. At least he's blocking the path here for... Okay, he's not blocking... Well, he is blocking the path towards the Globadier at the very least. Okay, here we go. Gonna see a few more. It seems like the spawn is just a tiny little bit out of position here. So we're not gonna see any orders on this marauder. He's gonna be able to live another day. Having used up all of your movement now. Okay. See a Dark Soul here. He is relatively nearby though. See where he goes. Can do a lot of damage with these charges. We've seen that before. And he could reach this Dark Soul and finish him off if he wanted to. Seems like he's gonna do that. Ouch, that hurt. Side effect of we haven't seen these units crit at all since they don't have any critical hit chance, but Slaviour as usual completely ignores critical hit resistance for many of his units. Well, some of his heroes have critical hit resistance this time, but no stun resistance. We're gonna see a gliding archer here. Is he gonna target? Yeah, hopefully this is not an indication of desync. Pretty good. He missed that shot, but this is a good idea. Might be able to kill off the Magister here, seeing as he's in a not too promising position. He's gonna take 50 damage right off the bat. We've seen Mark of Dismay being used here by Slaviour, which is an odd choice, seeing as he knows he's up against Cult of Possessed. Many of them being immune to All Alone and stuff like that. Plus, he doesn't even have any fear of terror-causing units here. So doing another 50 damage. We do know that another Brethren is coming up here. This could be the end of the Magister. That Brethren is very close to that Dark Soul. The Dark Soul could charge him next time. He's not even in a stance there. If you're gonna go up the stairs here, it's gonna at least the poison cloud is doing something. Gonna go for the Magister as well, getting 3 attacks, might actually kill him now. Remember, he was hurt at the beginning by the Mutant Archer as well. Trying to find a good shooting position, hoping for as high of a hit chance as possible. That is the position that other predator were firing it from. Doing another 45 damage, yes. If there are 2 more hits here, the Magister might die. Reload and then adrenaline rush for a 3rd attack. Let's see what happens here. Don't really know how many wounds this see a miss here that could potentially be a blessing for Karond here. But we do know that the Doom Weaver could come up here. He has shown no ability through offensive spells. He's had 2 opportunities in the last 2 turns to do that. He has ignored doing that, so he might not have any offensive spells. But if he does, he could go up here and finish the Magister. If that's possible. Using insult here that cancels the feint, so he's no longer under the effect of feint. Still manages to miss though. Gonna use a strong blow possibly. No strong blow. A bit of damage here. Remember that any damage that Slaviour does counts for much more, since Karond's units are in cloth and his units are in heavy armor. And we did see a bit of that when that Dark Soul hits, doing what, 14 damage or something similar to that effect, and here he in return is getting 41 damage thrown at him. So far we have 2 Poison Cloud really paying off. We have 2 henchmen down for Slaviour and 1 hero, and we have 1 henchman down for Karond. So a lead here for Karond. And Slaviour needs to make something happen here. Quick casting, while in Idol of Change, gonna get him free Weapon of Destructions. With what? A 75% chance cast? Something like that, or 80%, 75. And he misses that. So the free spell not sitting here. Using Chains of Chaos on Goreclaw the Chaos Spawn, making sure that he cannot use any special attacks such as Blood Offering, and all of his basic attacks cost 2 more red pills, so the basic cost 4. Very good spell to use on Chaos Spawns. Taking 30 damage from Adrenaline Rush, Stun Recovery, failing the Thera test as well, so he has 5 red pills less, so he only has 4 red pills here for this turn. That does hurt. But if you pick a helmet and not a pendant, these sort of things can happen. Marauders are somewhat sketchy when it comes to facing fear and terror. Immune to all alone though, which also this Demon Soul mutation gives. 2 more dodge attempts. He had most on sidestep, and 1 more dodge attempt, and that's all of the attacks from that Marauder. Let's see what the other Marauder here can do. On fire, take a little bit of damage, see if he succeeds on his Thera test here. Also doesn't have a pendant, and he's gonna suffer from that too. So -3 red pills here as well. Gonna use delay. Wants to have Weapon of Destruction on the Marauder for doing damage. Quick casting for another free Weapon of Destruction here then. Indeed, and he fails that as well. Bit of bad luck here for Slaviour now, particularly with spell casting. Should have been able to, like, if you miss one of those, alright, but gonna pay for another weapon of destruction. Getting mind dump here, so he has 2 turns that he can cast spells. That really hurts. Really hurts. No more spells out of him. He has order though, as we've seen before. So he's not useless. Gonna see the Doom Weaver here, another unit who is relatively poor when it comes to fear and terror. Let's see what he does. If he has any offensive spells, he should really go up the stairs there and kill the Magister. Idol of Blood is that. Failing that. And getting an overload, that's really bad luck now with spellcasting for Slaviour here. Means he loses all of his red pills. So he doesn't get to do anything this turn. We have this unit here with 6 red pills left and 1 dodge stance. 3 red pills left. What is he gonna do? Just a regular attack here. Alright. Adrenaline rush for a second attack. Gonna do a little bit more damage. You really need to apply as much damage as you can on Chaos Spawn. Remember, he has used Adrenaline Rush Mastered and he is on fire, so he's gonna take even more damage when it's his turn to start here. And here we do see the order. Don't really know why he used that Marauder. He should have used that one. Yeah, he's fixing the mistake right now here. See, that's a lot more damage. One of them has Weapon of Destruction, the other does not.
A new round has started.
Alright. Let's see what kind of... yeah, time ran out here and the Magister is exposed, and we do see this creepy little Globadier making his way towards the fight. What can he do? Getting 3 options here to fire upon. If you can hit all 3 of them, bleed them of more damage. Remember that Chaos Spawn is immune to poison. It's gonna be a lot of damage. Gonna use exhaustion here for what? War poison. Could be good if you target one of the Marauders, maybe. 40% chance, not worth it. At least getting the Magister here, but the Magister might die. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. So that Brethren is neutralized for this turn, but the Globadier is very exposed here. Hopefully Karond has a plan for that. See, the Magister here is going to face a lot of damage. He has used... no, yeah, he has used Adrenaline Rush, I believe. So he has 30 damage taken as well. But he might just get killed here instead. Remember that there are units nearby here who could go out and heal him. So it might not be worth gambling in this particular position. One hit is gonna finish this off, so the Magister is down for Slaviour. Pretty rough here for him now. Magister wasn't too much use anyway, since he got that Mind Numb effect. 75 wounds left remaining here. Okay, just move a little bit closer here and you would get that for one red pill less, but it might not matter at all. Alright, we're gonna see introspection, so we have 9 red pills now. We're gonna see a lot of orders probably. Remember that he is under the effect here of Blood Offering. Gonna do a lot of damage. 118 damage. Ouch. Slicer and Piercer kicking in, making him easier to hit in both melee and ranged. 131 damage, yeah. $148, so it's just climbing more and more damage here. I'm gonna use Adrenaline Rush even for a 4th order. It's gonna be very painful. Succeeding at the dodge chance. A bit lucky, but here we go. This Magister is probably gonna die here. Taking 60 damage next turn. Ouch. Slicer counteracting Wordstone Horns here. Wordstone Horns giving him +5 melee resistance, but Slicer making sure that he gets -9 melee resistance by each hit here. Should be pretty easy to hit. 138. Remember that he is under the effect of Chains of Chaos, so he can't use Blood Offering. Still doing a lot of damage here on Slaviour's units. Slice is surely gonna help out here with making sure that that Marauder can be hit by the Brethren Archer up on the top. Somehow that spell did not, that firebomb did not actually, you see here 19 damage compared to 40 damage, quite a big difference. That firebomb did not connect with the Marauder. Sometimes it's a little bit bugged, like if you have them in the target, you have the unit targeted, then you slide your mouse like a tiny millimeter away and it misses completely. Oh, this could be a good shot. Oh wow. 95% chance, no need to gamble. Yes, he is on fire, yes, he is poisoned, and he can probably not heal here anyway, but you do want to make sure that the Chaos Spawn is going to be free. You never know how much damage those things are gonna do. The poison could be resisted, Firebomb, he could actually live there and survive for another turn of doing damage. Missing the headshot here. I'm gonna see a charge most likely coming in. I don't think he actually had stance here, so this is gonna hurt. Remember that this is the Brethren that can actually do something in the coming turn. Other Brethren is under the effect of War Poison. Slaviour's gonna take a route test here, and he only has the Doomweaver left to take the route test. Doomweaver have a maximum leadership of 9. Yeah, that seems a little bit buggy. Is that actually able to be charged? Yeah, no. This is one of the issues with this map, and this map only. A bit odd. And Slaviour failing his round test here. Karond going through to the semi-final. It was not as close of a game as we could have hoped. Everything changed there, of course, with the early kill on the mutant archer, forcing Slaviour to pull back, being outranged and outgunned in the department. We hope the next match is going to be more interesting. We're going to see for the semi-final here between Clyde and Karond, and then we're going to see Happy facing off against the winner between Pharaoh and Talon. So, thank you for watching and see you for the next game.